parents typically don't love another kid more than the other.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find out differently when I have kids of my own. I'm like, oh, never mind, this is a good kid. I like this one more.
Yeah, this is the one that stabs people in airplanes.
Yeah, that's the fourth kid.
Stop.
Oh, I was about to do
Oh.
it. I was ready. I was mentally psyched. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Slappable, the show where we go over internet stories and decide if anyone might have done something slappable. I'm your host, Asher, and today I'm here with Chris.
Sup?
And with Chi. How we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
All right, so let's just jump right into this first story. Gross.
What is that?
A piece of hair. I'm redoing that whole intro.
That was a normal intro until that part.
That was perfect. All right, but we're doing it again because that would have bothered me.
Oh my god.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Slappable, the podcast where we go over stories from the internet and determine if anyone has done anything slappable. I'm Asher, and today I'm here with Chris and with Chi. Were you mewing?
Yeah.
Nice. You gonna mog?
What's the difference?
I don't know what either of them technically means.
Maybe
but
we
I
could
know
talk
what
about that.
It felt like you were mewing.
Am I slappable for that?
I might have to think about it. I might have to think about
All
it.
right.
Are you guys ready to get into our first story?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. This story, all the stories from this episode, are going to be from the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my sister I won't be her maid of honor because she didn't come to my wedding due to her dog dying? Just off the bat, what are we thinking?
How long has this dog lived for?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Good.
I know.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Part of me doesn't know if that matters.
I think a dog dying is fair excuse to not go to a wedding.
It's a lot. I mean, I'm a dog person. I've had dogs my entire life, and I've lost, many dogs in the time I've been alive, and it's devastating. They're family. They're like your kids. They're like your brother, your sister. So, some people will try to diminish it, but it's just a pet. It's not just a pet.
Yeah, no, it's family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get into the story.
All right.
This is a throwaway as friends know my maid. So I, 28 female, got married last year. It was a small but beautiful ceremony with our closest family and friends. My older sister, 32 female, and I have always had a complicated relationship. We're close, but she's also extremely emotional and kind of dramatic. She was supposed to be my maid of honor. 2 days before my wedding, her 14-year-old dog passed away unexpectedly. I was obviously sympathetic. She called me sobbing, saying she couldn't emotionally handle coming to the wedding because she was too devastated. I tried to talk her down, even offered to have someone bring her home early if it was too much, but she refused and didn't show up. It hurt. A lot. She missed one of the biggest days of my life, and I had no maid of honor. We didn't talk much after that. A few months ago, she got engaged and just last week asked me to be her maid of honor. I told her I couldn't. I said I still felt hurt she missed my wedding, and while I love her, I couldn't pretend like everything was fine. She got extremely upset, said I was being cold and petty, that her dog was like her child. Our parents are pressuring me to just be the bigger person. I honestly don't know anymore. Am I the asshole for saying no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say
So you think
Yeah.
this person's actions were slappable?
Yes.
Yeah, I think those actions are slappable. We don't really know the whole history of the other person and their dog, but 14 years, that's a long time to be with a dog and build that relationship. So,
And also, I think like the fact that that she asked her to be the maid of honor for her wedding is like kind of making up for like lost time. If that makes sense. Like, okay, like you asked me to be your maid of honor, so why don't you want to? So you can be the maid of honor for my wedding, and then that could just like make amends, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think she should have been the bigger person, honestly, because
I'd agree.
That's a big loss. It is.
I think she should have been more understanding about the other person's loss.
I mean, a 14-year-old dog. I mean, that is, on standard, a dog's full life.
That's a lot of years, yeah.
I mean, I've had most of my dogs have lived to around 14 years old. I've been very fortunate. And it was devastating when I lost them. You know, it's not like, of course, if you love your goldfish, I don't want to diminish that. But it's not like, a goldfish where you don't have much of a relationship with. It's a dog. It's your friend. It's someone who you take on walks. They sit on your lap,
Yeah.
They're your friend and they're loyal. That's the biggest thing. They would die for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when they pass on, it's a lot for anyone. And the sister here is not just, part of me is just like, she's being honest that she's still hurt, but she's also being petty.
A little too petty, I think. I think you just got to understand where the emotions are coming from, And I mean, I think it's nice of her, like, to offer the sister, like, hey, I could take you home early, like I think like she was trying to offer alternatives and how to like, like, because like I still want you in a wedding. I'm sorry your dog died, but I still want you there, and we could bring you home early, but you don't force. If someone's really going through that, emotional, like that much emotional distress, like I think you gotta just leave them alone and let them grieve the way they want to, because I think a loss, whether it be a family member or even a pet, like a loss is a loss,
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna feel like super heartbroken and you're not gonna want to do anything
Yeah.
about it. So I think that's it's reasonable to miss it,
I still
and now
miss
that
my
I know the
dogs.
full context, like I think that is
Yeah.
pretty slappable.
I mean, look, I still miss my dogs. Whenever I think about
Same,
them,
yeah,
I mean,
me too.
unfortunately, I still got a couple back in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it sticks with you forever. Dogs are often some of just the kindest, most caring creatures in our lives, and she's kind of diminishing it a little.
Yeah.
Like she was being pseudo sympathetic, but keep in mind this is all from her perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one who, she's saying their sister said it was like her child. I bet her sister got even more into it about the relationship with her dog when they spoke. She's just giving us the short points, I would say.
I
Yeah.
think her trying to find a solution was less making the sister feel better and more selfish about her wanting her to come.
It felt more like, how can I get you to make my day better?
Yeah.
Versus
instead of,
how
like,
can I get you out of the
how
house
can I
to
help
feel
you?
better?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between like, you got to get out of the house, you got to be with people, which is sometimes a thing when you're grieving. But that didn't seem like her approach.
Yeah.
I wonder if the protagonist in the story found a new maid of honor, because it was like a 2-week kind of notice, right?
So this was a new story that I found.
Okay.
So we don't have an update on this one
Gotcha.
as of filming today.
Mm-hmm.
But if I find out there's an update on this one, I would love to come back to it.
Yeah.
What I will say is Reddit's verdict on this one was that they were in fact the asshole. So by our vocabulary, their actions were slappable.
Come on, man.
I don't think that their relationship has to be over forever.
No.
I think there's a way to repair this.
There definitely is.
I do get it. A wedding is also a big milestone in your life, and
It's
if they're best friends, then you want your best friend there.
Yeah.
So she
They
can
said they had a
feel
complicated
hurt.
relationship, which also adds a layer because it's
Complicated. I guess we don't really know what that means.
we don't. But the fact is that they both asked each other to be their maids of honor.
Yeah.
Shows that they're at least both trying.
And it shows that they mean a lot to each other to some sort of extent. I mean, despite those complications that they've had,
Yeah.
I think everybody has complications in the relationship, whether it be a friendship or whatever, There's always that one little flaw, even if it's not, like, present, But
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know, you got to be understanding of someone going through a loss like that, because it's, I mean, may not seem like it, but dogs mean a lot to people, man,
Yeah.
If you don't have a dog, you don't understand, but like when you do, it's like you definitely do. You definitely do.
Changes your
So,
life.
Mm-hmm.
It changes
Yeah.
your brain chemistry, I think, just how you interact with the world around you, how
Yeah.
you see other people's dogs.
I think you like, I mean, well, depending on how like you treat a dog or whatever, like I think you kind of develop like a whole different understanding of how the world works and how you treat people. Maybe you become more sympathetic most of the time because I mean, as a previous dog owner myself, like that's definitely what I developed. So
Yeah.
my
There's
dog
a
was my
reason.
best friend.
Yeah. There's a reason that people make so many dog movies, sad dog movies.
Marley and
It
Me,
hits.
man.
I will.
It is.
I will not watch
Hachi.
Marley and Me ever again. I won't watch dog movies. The only one I might watch is there's this movie where I keep seeing an ad where I think it's called The Dog Lives, which is actually great marketing.
The dog
This probably already
lives.
came out, but I was seeing a lot of ads for it because no one wants to see a dog movie because they worry that the movie's going to end with the dog passing away, like Marley and Me. Or,
a funny
or
title,
every
actually.
15 minutes of A Dog's Purpose. I haven't seen it, but I know that's a
Or
lot
Superman.
of it. Oh no!
I'm not gonna put that in the
I got
world.
that Frank Castle.
Yeah.
No. Leave
Crypto
crypto
dies.
alone.
We
Don't.
riot.
Oh, he's gonna be fine.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare put that out in the universe.
Don't, James Gunn, please.
Wow, that would be.
Please.
Oh god, if they
Do not.
I know they're gonna hurt crypto in that movie. They gotta hurt. They gotta get us to feel, but they won't kill.
They won't
Just like a little hopefully,
I mean, I saw a video. I saw part of the trailer. Crypto was just like bodying the engineer. So
Okay.
there's, Crypto's gonna be able to stand on his own 4 legs. I would say.
if anybody hurts crypto, they will feel my wrath.
Yes, agreed. I love the breed of Crypto, by the way, in this show.
It's so cute.
In the movie.
So cute.
All right, we'll move on to the next story.
Yay!
All right, welcome back to our segment, I Airdrop Something. The segment where I airdrop something to my 2 co-hosts. The future.
Whoa. This is crazy.
What the fuck?
Subscribe to our Patreon to see what I airdropped.
Dude.
Where'd you find this?
No one really talks about this, but what if the way you feel in your 40s, 50s, 60s is being decided right now? Like your future self is either going to look back and be like, thank you for taking care of me. Or, why did you wait so long? That's kind of why I started taking AS4. It's all about supporting yourself so you're not just reacting later, you're actually setting yourself up now. More energy, better focus, just feeling more like yourself on a daily basis. And the best part is, they're making it really easy to try. Go to as-4.com and use code SLAPASHER for $30 off. And right now, if you start a subscription, you get NAD Plus free, which is huge for the cellular health. And chill, it's not one of those locked-in things. You can cancel anytime. So it's kind of like, do something now that your future self will actually thank you for. Again, as-4.com, code SLAPASHER, $30 off plus free NAD Plus. With the subscription, future you is watching. It's time for our next story. Am I the asshole for moving someone else's birthday cake out of reach of an entitled toddler?
No.
Entitled toddler. It's a toddler. I don't know how entitled
If the
you can
toddler
be.
keeps reaching for the fucking cake, then yeah.
But I wouldn't call it.
mean-
Look, I scanned this story for the littlest thing, but just going into this, I don't think a toddler can be entitled. A toddler can barely
Well,
speak.
okay,
it's just
okay.
they don't know any better.
No. I
mean,
take my
I
words
hate
back.
toddlers, so-
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I take my words back. That's my fault. They don't really have developed minds, so
Yeah.
they can't really be entitled. I think, what's a good age to reach, that?
Once you're
factor?
able, I think
I don't know.
once
I'm
you're
still
able
not
to,
there.
once
Yeah.
you're able to, yeah. I think honestly, kindergarten is when entitlement might start. Maybe preschool.
I was thinking maybe 4th grade.
Oh, I
don't
mean,
know.
it can get much worse.
Or no,
then.
second.
Around
grade.
that zone, I do think is when the
Yeah,
entitlement's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
come. But
yeah.
a toddler, I don't think you can be entitled yet. But
No,
I
because you
mean-
don't know what entitlement means.
This
you know?
isn't is the toddler an asshole?
no, they're not asking if the toddler's an asshole. They're asking if they're the asshole for moving a birthday cake away from an entitled toddler.
I also don't think in any situation, I don't understand how anyone would think moving a cake would be bad.
I know. It seems like
why
a
would
pretty
that be a
open
big
shut,
deal?
despite them calling this toddler entitled. But maybe we're going to read this and we're going to totally change our minds.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right, let's get into it.
All right.
I was just at my girlfriend's mom's birthday party. We'd ordered an expensive cake for her and split the cost 3 ways with her sisters. Her brother, who never contributes to any of the shared presents, brought his spoiled 2-year-old kid. A spoiled 2-year-old. I'm sorry, a 2-year-old can barely speak.
Well, they can be spoiled though.
Sure, but that's you spoiling them.
Yeah, it's not.
I
their
would
fault.
say the child that you spoil. Look, I mean, it means the same thing, but it's putting the blame on the 2-year-old. Right? Oh, God, this 2-year-old's always crying. It's so entitled.
Oh jeez.
While everyone was singing happy birthday, the kid started sticking his hands into the cake and licking them, and picking off the decorations. I looked around in horror, but her brother and his wife were just smiling at this like it was an absolute cutest thing ever, and everyone else was totally unfazed and said nothing. All right, that's kind of nasty. I bit my tongue and didn't say anything either, but I reached over and moved the cake a few inches out of the reach of the kid. Immediately, the kid started thrashing about and screaming bloody murder. Everyone glared at me like I was the most evil POS on earth for doing what I did, and rushed to placate the kid. Aw, you poor little thing, and giving him cake. I doubled down and calmly, rationally said what the kid was doing was incredibly unhygienic. It wasn't his birthday cake, and he's old enough to be taught to wait literally 1 minute until he gets a slice of cake instead of destroying someone else's birthday cake and covering it with his germs. Now, I'm being made out to be a huge asshole for doing/saying this, and I ruined the birthday party. Considering it's the entire family's reaction, it's making me start to question whether or not I am just a grumpy asshole. Is this person the asshole? Has this person done anything slappable?
It's just cake, bro.
Yeah.
It's just cake, man.
I think that my verdict is that I think everyone here is a little slappable, except the kid, because it's a kid.
It's a toddler, man.
It's a toddler. It doesn't know any better. It's the parents' fault for being like, hey, honey, we don't shove our hands in other people's cakes. But, bro, it's not your birthday, and you don't need to be the hero, you know, and you weren't. It didn't work out. You were not the hero. No one appreciated what you did. Yeah. Again, this is a problem with this kid's parents.
Yeah.
You know, not
I think
a problem
the toddler's
with
the
kid.
asshole.
Oh, you think the toddler
I'm
sucks?
kidding.
The toddler's the fucking worst.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
you
toddler
ever
needs to,
like
stop
be in
fucking
public
taking a cake, man.
And like, you ever be in public and like a kid is doing some really annoying stuff and like you know, like, oh yeah, they're the kid, it's their parents' fault. But in the moment, you're like, man, I hate this kid, bro.
I get it.
This kid is the worst.
That's the mindset, but it's
Like on an airplane, I'm like, kid, shut up. I'm not like parents. I'm not like attributing it to their parents in that moment.
If I'm on a plane and a kid won't shut up, and I mean, like if I see the parent making an attempt and they just can't succeed, fine. But if I just see a parent just like on their iPad, screwing around while their kids screaming, kicking chairs, running around the aisle, I'm mad at the parent.
Yeah.
I'm mad at the parent. I mean, the kid's annoying, but the kid hasn't been taught properly. You know, you can't be mad at a kid for not knowing right from wrong yet.
Yeah, I feel like in like group settings, like, I mean, you can, like, if you're like kind of like at home with a kid, like if it's your kid, right? Like, you can do whatever you want, but I think there's a certain way to like notify or not notify, like tell the kid how to act in like a group setting, or like teach the kid, you know, like in an airplane. Oh, like if the kid's screaming, don't scream, honey. You know, don't scream. You know, but like it's if he's gonna keep screaming, like then like that's
there's a line where if I feel like someone's made the effort they can make, fine, ish.
Yeah,
but if I see no effort being made, I'm mad.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say too. Like I think like there should at least be some effort into like making your child like try to behave. You know, like I'm not saying like, you know, make it completely stop. You know, like don't like give them like don't like smack the kid. You know, like in the plane.
Oh God, no!
You're gonna look like a bad person. You know, but
and
like
be a bad person.
If there's a way to like just like verbally like, you know, like tell him like or tell her like, yo, like chill. You know,
look,
like that. I think that should be like the standard. You know,
this reminds me of this video I just saw
that, you know?
where it was on an airplane. And there was this little girl straight up running around the aisle of the plane with a fork poking people. She was stabbing people with a fork. And there's a video of it. This lady's like trying to call out the parents, like, "Hey, your daughter's stabbing people with forks."
Yeah.
And the kid's just standing there, just like it's.
And then the dad's just like,
well, I don't even know if the dad never even shows. The mom or dad never even shows up. Like it's just.
Oh God.
At one point, the lady takes off her flip flop and just maybe I don't know if she's trying to get attention or if it's. We'll put the video in there. We'll throw the video in the episode.
Okay.
No, like in that situation, I would be so pissed at the kid.
I'd be pissed at everyone.
No. Yeah. I'm sorry.
But also,
like,
this kid was a little older. This kid was, I think, like 5, which is when I'm like, okay, you should know better than to run around stabbing strangers with a fork on an airplane.
that kid's grounded.
That kid has got it. Well, that kid's viral. That kid is viral.
I will ground that kid.
They were on an airplane, so they weren't grounded.
They might have been afterwards. So we have a comment on this one.
Is it an update?
No updates, but we have comments.
Okay.
So a comment from reply was, "Oh, this is the ghost of Christmas future talking now. This is every birthday party, every cookout, every reception for the rest of your life. If you have 100% buy-in from your girlfriend, then your child will not be a monster, but they will quite rationally have questions about why their cousins get away with everything. If your girlfriend was part of the group that piled on, you will be utterly alone for the rest of your life in believing in standards. But it's not too late, Ebenezer. It's not too late." Edit to add, they believe this person was not the asshole.
I don't understand what that comment was trying to say at
I
all.
think that the main idea was
I think
like
that was
this,
a person.
Yeah, this was meant to be like what his future is going to look like if he just continues to have children with this family, and this is going to be their life. This isn't going to be a one-off. Because the OP replied, saying, "I don't know whether to laugh my ass off or cry at this. Luckily, my girlfriend supports me, and we're 1,000% on the same page when it comes to parenting. But she's the youngest and just bites her tongue rather than go against her family. Unfortunately, sometimes I can't," frowny face. "But even if she says anything, she just gets quashed by her brother. They're old-school country folk, so he has more authority because he's a man. It pisses me off to no end, but they're not going to change." So that's a little bit more context. The verdict was not the asshole.
I would agree. Actions were not slappable.
He didn't do anything slappable.
What I would have done is I just would have just not eaten the cake.
I'd be like, I guess
Yeah.
no cake today.
Yeah.
I would just go home and get, or maybe stop at the store and get myself a cake if I really like the cake that much. Or if I was really craving a cake, I wouldn't
Go home,
it's not
yeah.
I wouldn't care about the cake. Personally, I wouldn't, but I get why people would, because they're
if
like,
it-
oh, that
yeah.
cake looks good.
If it
But
was my
there's
kid's birthday cake, I would do something.
And then no one
Yeah.
would have any right to call you
Yeah.
an asshole.
But if I was
Yeah.
just a guest, I'd be like, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, no one
It's
needs
not
you
my
to
kid,
step
I'm
in.
not gonna-
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, protect your peace a little bit. Their kid's going to do what they're going to do.
Right.
It's gross, but again, you say yourself, you can get yourself a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Go to Ralph's on your way back.
Literally. They got good cakes.
So, all right, this might be controversial. I'm not a huge cake fan. I'd rather have almost any other kind of birthday or celebration dessert. I would rather have an ice cream cake. I would rather have a cookie cake. I'd rather have a hot dog.
I like ice cream cakes.
I would rather have ice cream cake than like a bread cake.
Because I
I would
only
agree.
enjoy the
I
cake
don't-
for the
'cause,
first bite or two, I think.
Cakes for me is a once in a lifetime. I'll only have those things at birthday parties or special celebrations, but that's
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't, go out my way and grocery shop. Oh, cake.
I've never just
I wouldn't.
craved cake.
No.
No.
And
Like-
icing is too sweet for me.
Yes.
I like
Especially
icing
if it's-
for one
yeah.
bite, and then my
Yeah.
my teeth and my tongue vibrate, and I'm like, that's enough of
Yeah,
that.
icing is just
Too much sugar.
too much sugar.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
prefer just ice cream.
Ice cream
just keep
cake's
it simple.
superior.
Ice cream cake is
Little
awesome.
Oreo crumbles.
Ooh.
Or even, do you know what? Like a good pie. Key lime pie, apple
Key lime
pie,
pie is pretty good. That's my favorite.
rhubarb.
Strawberry rhubarb.
No, just straight rhubarb. Just love those roots.
Actually. Boston cream pie.
Yum. Donut.
The donuts are good. Whoa!
Gotta be at least
Why you
one.
laughing?
As soon as you said I swear to G, I was like, here we go.
I
said
did. That's
it.
why I didn't want to say it, but I was like, for the sake of the show,
It's
let
a
me just
good
say
pie.
it. It's a,
Why's it
it's
gotta be in
It's a
Boston,
Boston
though?
cream
the
pie.
yum got me, man.
Gobbling that cream.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well,
Bostonian cream.
we'll wrap that one there. All right, guys, welcome back to our segment, History of the Internet. Today, Chi and I are actually going to be sharing some lore with Chris. Yeah.
I just look fucking terrified.
You want to talk about Ken Bone? So, Ken Bone, he attended the 2016 debates between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And he was just like he became kind of famous overnight just for like asking questions at like a town hall style thing where he was wearing this like big red sweater and he had this little mustache and he's just this like nice looking guy and everyone's just like,
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know of this guy. I saw like an image somewhere, but I don't know.
You've
like,
probably
too much.
seen it.
I have
don't
an
think-
image
I don't
on
know too
screen
much.
right now.
Yeah.
And I'll show you right now who Ken Bone is. This guy.
He looks so innocent.
Yeah, he's an innocent looking guy.
Yeah,
Wasn't he, again?
Yeah, I need a refresher.
That's Ken
He
Bone.
looks nice. He's a very well decorated man, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So that's Ken Bone. So he went viral just for like asking these like very kind of like middle of the road, respectful questions during the debates. He was just very like wholesome. And he went viral over the internet, all over the place there were Ken Bone memes. And one day on Reddit, he opened up an Ask Me Anything, if you know those. An AMA.
Yeah.
And he made the mistake. He made the dire mistake of not making a brand new account for this.
Okay.
He used his old Reddit account. She knows this story. And it's going to get gross in a minute. And it's going to get so gross that I'm not even going to be able to talk about some of it. I'm just going to let you do your research after that.
I am waiting in anticipation right now. What is going on?
So he started doing his Ask Me Anything. And then people on the Ask Me Anything clicked his account to see what subreddits he's on, what kind of comments he puts out, what kind of posts he puts out. And the one I could talk about, I think, is that he was very active on pregnancy porn subreddits.
Oh my god.
Very active. Very active. There's one great quote that he has.
Like, did he comment it or like?
So he would comment. He would post pictures probably here and there, but he was a fan. And there's this one very famous one that it's awful. It's funny, but it's terrible. So it's two pregnant women in a hot tub together, and he just says, "Two beautiful submarines." Ugh.
What?
Anyway, that's the tamest stuff. Because then
There's crazier things.
and there's all I could say is when people went onto his account from there, they found some really, really problematic stuff.
Oh shit! And they
I'm not
just
gonna
stopped
share all of it.
glorifying this guy.
Well, then they stopped, and because for one, he had some really upsetting views on society. Very little red pilly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he just turned out to not be the man he looked like at all, and people found out exactly who this guy was. And Ken Bone is now the meme he is.
Ken boned.
Damn, dude.
But no,
He fucked his career over.
he screwed it up big time. But yeah, that's the story of Ken Bone. It starts with the 2016 election, and it ends with pregnancy porn and really upsetting values.
God.
It's always the ones you least expect.
It's always ones you least expect, like Jared.
Fucking Jared.
We'll just leave
Subway,
Jared. We
man.
don't even
I
have
don't
to get
even
into
want to talk
that
about
one,
that
but just
guy.
same vibe. They have similar vibes.
Yeah.
Or like Papa John.
Papa John. Well, he just turned out to be racist.
Yeah.
He just turned out to be a
What?
piece of shit.
Oh, teach me something.
Oh, we can talk about
You
Papa
don't know
John?
that Papa John?
Fuck it. I think this is fair game.
Yeah.
What
Let
did
me
Papa
quickly
John
Google
do?
my facts before I just go off
Google
the
your
top of my head.
facts because it was a while ago.
Yeah, let me quickly pull it
But
up.
you know the guy who owns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said some things. And he lost his job.
Yeah, all right. It's what I remember it being. Yeah.
Right? He said like what?
He was using racial slurs.
Yeah, there you go.
And one of his quotes was like, he's like, I'm just trying to get this racial slur out of my vocabulary. And it's like, why is this in your vocabulary?
Wait, he was saying the slur to get it out of his vocabulary?
Don't
How
know
does that
about
work?
that. I just know that there's a video of him using the word repeatedly. Racial slur towards black people. And he got real defensive after he got in trouble for it. He didn't just
There's
apologize.
the defense for me, man.
He got instead of just like owning it and being like, I'm sorry, that was incredibly racist, I'm a bad person, he like
He's like, y'all need to understand me, man. Like,
so that's why he doesn't own Papa John's
I just
anymore.
like, listen, I grew up saying that, like, you know, with my other racist friends, and you know,
But he's no longer part of Papa John's, really.
Yeah, no.
Like, he might
He
have,
got
like,
taken off, man.
Yeah, and that's why new people have come in. Like I know, like and I think that's around the time when Shaq came in to like sort of
The
step in.
Shakaroni, man.
The Shakaroni.
The Shakaroni
We just
pizza.
talked about this on an episode of Gambling Mad with Norman Chad. All of Shaq's different ventures into
Dude sells
food.
printers.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does
He's a
Epson,
firefighter.
Buick. He does
He's a
everything.
DJ too. He makes dubstep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I knew that.
I went
I don't know
to.
if I knew that
I actually went to his festival. I went to a festival and he was there. And I literally fist bumped him. Like, and he was playing his music. I was like, dude, this is
You
sick.
fist
And I
bumped
never
his
thought I'd
fist?
see.
Was his fist like?
It was like bigger than my head, dude. And it was like, it just felt like I was a pebble. Like, whatever. But like,
He's a huge guy.
he's freaking tall, dude. And like, dude was like. I will not lie. Like his when he performed on that stage, it was pretty epic. I just never thought I'd see Shaq DJing dubstep music. He does a bunch of side quests, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
That's the
insane.
right kind of side quest to do. All right, real quick. This episode is sponsored by Wasted. And no, not that kind of wasted. This is the kind that actually makes you think. Wasted is all about flipping the script. Literally. With everything we've been taught about consumption in fast fashion, all of it, yeah, they're challenging that. It's clean, minimal, and I'm a big fan of the clothing's design and feeling. It actually stands for something, which is rare right now. So if you're going to wear something, it might as well say something too. Go check it out at 4goodcollection.com. That's the number 4goodcollection.com. And use code SLAPASHER for 50% off. Flip the script, waste less. All right, guys, let's dig into our last story. How are we feeling?
fantastic.
I'm feeling strong.
This one's longer.
Same.
It's a saga.
I'm ready. Wait, I'm gonna do like a little game.
Am I the asshole? Parents bought younger sister with serious issues a $25K car for Christmas, while all I got was a phone case. Been needing a car for a couple years. Parents promised one, but gave her one instead.
Based on this,
Well, she's mad based on the title.
Yeah.
You can feel the anger.
I'd be mad.
Sucks.
I would be too.
Parent-
But like, what?
parents' actions are slappable.
You know, it's funny. They didn't actually ask how they're the asshole. They just said, "Am I the asshole? My parents did this." Are you asking if you're the asshole for being upset? Because they didn't really. They just kind of said, "Am I the asshole?" But parents did this. No, because you're not your parents. But
I think I want to hear the story because
Yeah,
I think I
me
need
too.
some background.
yeah, lock in, guys.
Yeah.
This is a long one.
Oh God.
In my family, there are 2 kids, my sister and I, and my parents. Christmas was coming up, and I've been wanting a car for about a year now because I've recently gotten my green peas, Australian thing that you can get when you're older than 18. My parents have mentioned in the past the idea of me paying half, and they'll cover the other half for a car under 10K, AUD, Australian. I can afford this as I've saved most of my money from the 2 jobs I've kept since I was 14, so no biggie. I've also been relying on my mom to drive me to work for the past 4 years, so it was a smart move on their end rather than driving me the 30 minutes each way every shift I've got. My sister has just turned 17, which is when you can get your red peas in Australia. She's never had a job and has no money saved whatsoever. I love her a lot, but she's made some questionable decisions towards her future lately, but that's a separate story. Well, you put that in the title, so I actually don't know if that's a separate story. I feel like if you're going to make it relevant, but
Yeah.
whatever, let's get back into it. My parents haven't seemed to care as much as they probably should have about these things, and are acting like everything's normal and all good. With Christmas coming up at the time, and my birthday in early January, I thought this might be the time my parents get me that car I've been wanting for the last year, as they've mentioned this idea for the last couple months. I'm obviously excited the week leading up to Christmas, wondering what type of car they bought or what they're looking at. I wake up Christmas Day around 10 a.m. to the sound of my younger sister crying, but in a happy way. I'm excited for her, as she's obviously gotten something she's wanted. I walk downstairs, and no one's at the Christmas tree, but a present with my name is sitting there. I figure I'll come back to it after I find my parents. I check the front door, and it's wide open. Walk out the driveway to see a brand new blue Hyundai i30 sitting in the driveway with a big ribbon on the front, around 25K. My sister's at the side of it, crying with my parents' arms around her. I ask who it's for, and my parents tell me her. I probably could have handled this better, but I stormed back into the house, closed my door, and stayed in there for the rest of the day. Didn't go with my family to see anyone else for Christmas because of how annoyed I was. My parents asked me why I did that when they got home, so I asked them why they bought her a car before me, who's older, willing to pay half, had a job, goes to school, and has a stable plan for the future. They don't have an answer to that one, so they just stay quiet and after a couple of minutes of awkward silence, walk out. By this point, I had forgotten about the present they left under the tree downstairs, so I walked down to open it, and it's an iPhone case from eBay, something I had no use for. I can't get over what they've done. Am I the asshole? Has this person done anything slappable?
So
She's done nothing.
she did nothing slappable.
That's awful.
That is pretty awful, man. Especially if you promised your child that you're going to
So
buy her a car.
pissed.
Like,
And she's willing to pay half of it for a $10K car.
Yeah,
So they
that's
they
ridiculous.
spent 5 times what they were willing to spend on their older child who's working to get their younger child a nicer car.
yeah, the parents.
That would bother me too.
They are.
The iPhone case is like a middle finger,
pissed.
too.
Yeah, I'd
What did she do?
rip it up and throw it in their face.
Yeah,
What
what
did
the
she do?
fuck?
What the hell did she do to piss them off? Like,
I love
There's
that
got to
it's-
be something going on.
I love that it's Christmas, and she stormed off, and they went to do Christmas stuff without her. Then when they got back, they're like, hey,
Yeah.
why'd you do that?
They didn't even ask what was wrong.
Check on her. Before you leave, say, hey, it's Christmas. Why are you not spending time with us? To which she could say, because what you did was insanely cruel.
That's insane, man.
I do think this is something that just happens a lot with younger siblings. You know, younger siblings, I think parents are... Look, and I'm actually going to show play devil's advocate for parents a little bit. For these parents, not parents in general. But I mean, parents in general, too, even though, we all love our parents.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're their first kid, they're still figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, and then the next kid comes around and they're like, oh, it's probably just easier if I just do this. I learned this from the first kid. And then the first kid's like, the fuck? But at the time, it makes sense because you're like, as the parent, it's like, well, yeah, clearly what I did to teach my first kid a lesson about responsibility or something with money didn't work the way it should have, or it just put us in a financial hole. Let's just do it differently this time. But to the other kid, to the older sibling, doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
But I think it's going to happen with everybody.
it's a pattern.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Nah, I think
Are
I
you-
I have nothing to say because I just know the parents are just they are the slappable ones in this
Yeah.
story. And, there's no debate about it. I think because I think I just don't understand why you keep promising such a huge thing, and then you give that promise to someone else. That's the most heartbreaking thing you could ever do.
It's mean.
It's
Yeah.
really mean, and even the kid wanted to pay for half of it. She wanted to work hard for it
She
because
was
that's what she
responsible.
really wanted to do. She wanted this thing for
She's
herself,
working.
Yeah, and she's been working hard for it, and the other one hasn't. And I just don't understand that logic. I don't, So I think I just think that's ridiculous.
I have to agree.
I just don't know what to say about what else to say.
Oh,
about that.
this one made me mad.
Yeah, it
As an
really
older
did.
sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, my brother and I were treated equally, just with that stuff, So
Are you older?
I'm older. Yeah.
You're older
so,
too?
Yeah. So
What's your
we're
age difference?
2.5 years.
That's the same as me.
Yeah. So
3
I'm
3
grateful
years.
for that.
3 years.
I'm grateful. We were treated equally, and we're loved equally. I don't know if it's a love thing going on.
I don't think it's a love thing. I think
don't-
it's parents not thinking it. Because, I mean, look, as the older sibling, whenever I had any experiences where I felt like things weren't fair, I never felt like they didn't love me. It just felt like, oh, it's annoying.
It's just I think it's just that I digress. I don't think it's a love thing. I think it's just that I just don't think they know what's fair and what's not, for the kid, So I don't know, but that's heartbreaking. That makes me sad and upset.
Yeah,
It's a
it would
bummer.
take a lot for me to forgive them.
Give me the car.
So there's an update.
Oh, please be a good update.
I hope so. I would
I
like
need
a
some-
good
I need some
update.
positivity.
I need I have hopes for this update, and I'll say what they were after to see if they're right, because I don't want to take the
Yeah.
wind out of the update.
Yeah.
So my birthday was 11th of January. My parents were seeming nicer than usual the entire week beforehand, which might have been because they had time off of work or they had a surprise. The outcome was somewhere in the middle of what I was expecting, though. On my birthday, they told me that they were sorry for buying my sister a car for Christmas when I deserved one and really needed it more than her. So they told me they had given me $10K to be able to afford something I'd really like and enjoy taking care of, and also to drive to and from work, to school, uni, and everything else. The outcome couldn't have really been much better than this one, especially since they originally said they'd help with $5K towards the car I want, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to complain anymore about the situation. I just hope they stop favoritism and obvious extra love and support they give my sister all the time. Then she just says thank you for all the support in the post, 7.7K upvotes, which is pretty good, and she appreciates all the messages and advice on the situation. The verdict was not the asshole.
For the girl or the parents?
Oh, the girl, because she
yeah,
asked if she was
obviously.
the
Yeah,
I don't know how
yeah,
she
yeah.
would have been.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
maybe she was asked if she's probably asked if she was the asshole for leaving the family on Christmas.
Yeah.
No.
No.
And frankly, look, I mean, I get why she's like, she's happy, but, she's not going to push it. But, yeah, I mean, she still probably recognized that her sister, who doesn't work and is younger than her, got a car that's still more than twice as much as hers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doesn't feel great. I mean, that's why she acknowledged at the end that, she's noticing they've stopped the favoritism and extra love. I don't want to call it the extra love. She might be getting some extra support right now, but parents typically don't love another kid more than the other.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find out differently when I have kids of my own. I'm like, oh, never mind, this is a good kid. I like this one more.
Yeah, this is the one that stabs people in airplanes.
Yeah, this is the fourth kid. My goodness.
I hate that one.
I hate that kid.
I like the kid that touches the cake, so that's,
Oh, yeah,
that's
he's-
my
yeah,
favorite
he's
child.
fine.
You know, he's totally innocent, Gosh.
But that was a frustrating story. I
Yeah.
mean, the parents at least acknowledged, from the sounds of it, they're like, hey, we know you work hard, you deserve it, and we're sorry that we did that. Which
Yeah.
is something. They acknowledged her
Yeah.
feelings.
That's good.
It's
They
something.
they could have just gaslit her. They could have said, like, you're being immature, you're being ungrateful. They didn't do that. So I'll give
That's the
them
last
some
thing you want
points.
to do, yeah.
And they did give her twice what she was planning on.
Right.
I don't know what their financial situation is if they could just throw $25K on a car willy-nilly. I mean, I don't know how the Australian dollar compares to the US dollar.
Willy-nilly.
Do you know how it compares the...
No idea.
I do think they're not too dissimilar.
Yeah.
You should have read this whole thing in an Australian accent. I think that would have been more entertaining.
Can you?
Man, I have a horrible... I cannot do accents, but I will try. The outcome couldn't have come much better than
Got my
this
green
one, especially
peas.
since
And my sister's got my
Thanks
red
for all the
peas.
upvotes in the original post, love. I think we're around 7.7K upvotes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's
Better
not
than
great.
mine.
It's not great.
Better
It's
than
not
mine.
great. Oh man, I gotta improve my voice acting. I've just been told you just gotta start just doing it, and then it'll just click.
You gotta be confident with it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what are your final thoughts on this story?
She did nothing slappable. Parents did a lot that was slappable. Even though they fixed the situation, I would still just keep that in my mind. I would never forget about that.
Damage is kind of done.
Yeah.
It's a
it
big thing.
happened.
Yeah, that's something that's like gonna stick for a while
Yeah.
too, And I think like no, her actions weren't slappable. I definitely think the parents' actions were slappable. I would give them like 20 slaps, but I'll reduce their sentence because they acknowledged it to like I'll reduce it to like 17.
Yeah.
People make
I don't
mistakes.
know, but yeah, people make mistakes, but that's a big one. That's a big
It's gonna
one,
make the kid not feel good.
Yeah.
Especially if she's like talked about it a lot and has asked for it like for that a lot, So I think that's just like if someone talks about something that much, I think that's something you shouldn't forget.
Yeah.
Like you got to like step up.
They need to continue to prove now. They can't just stop. These parents need to continue to prove that they know they were wrong.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to the circumstance of the sister, because she brought up that the sister has no plans for her future. I mean, what is she, 17?
The older one?
The younger sister who just got a car.
Yeah.
She just turned 17.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me feels like this older sister... Look, again, I understand and I feel her anger. But the truth is, at 17, not everyone knows what their future's going to look like. I don't know if I had a quite idea yet. You're in high school. I mean, she literally just got her, she got her red peas, which I guess is something that you get when you're learning how to drive.
Is
She's
that
younger.
like is that like the equivalent of like a permit here?
I'm assuming a red P is a permit and a green P is
Like a driver's
license.
license.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's got to be it. But then I'm surprised they bought her a car.
Why don't they just call
But
it
she
for-
didn't. I guess
for
she
a
maybe just bought her a
permit?
car to drive around in. I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, if you're paying it off, it doesn't matter.
Why don't they just call it a driver's license?
That's another thing. When the first
Australia,
time you
what's
said,
going on, man?
Going on down under.
The first
What's
time you
going on in
said,
the land down under?
green
Sorry.
peas, I thought the vegetable.
I was thinking of like health foods. Like, what? You gotta get your PDs.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I got my green peas.
Yeah, that's.
Good for you.
Yeah, I can get some green peas at Whole Foods right now.
I think the sister's just mad because the sister got it, but because the fact that she didn't dive into like her, issues with her future or whatever she's referring to means she probably doesn't really have any. She's probably just a kid.
Yeah.
When you're younger, I feel like artists commit younger to being artists than people who would commit to more of like a classic 9-to-5 job.
Definitely. I knew long before 17.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't apply to everybody. Like a lot of my friends have changed what they want to do with their career several times. Some want to be a lawyer, then they moved into marketing, then they moved back into law, then maybe they want to be a teacher. It's the kind of thing where you are going to have to figure that out versus, for people like us where we knew we wanted to be artists, we just knew we needed to be where artists are and be in an industry.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a difference. So at 17, depending on what she wants to do, even if it is art, no one should be expected to know exactly what they want to do with their life at that age.
She also said she doesn't have a job, though. I feel like at 17, that having a job is more normal, though.
So what I'll tell you right now, actually, is at least my parents' rule with me is that I couldn't have a car until I had a job. So
Okay.
what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
I needed to help pay for gas.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to help with. I mean, I paid for my car's down payment and a little bit of other stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But when I was 16, they're like, "Great, Asher, you can't. Good thing you got your license. You can't get your car until you have a job." So I went to Fuddruckers and I got a job at Fuddruckers.
I love Fuddruckers.
They're all gone now, almost.
Fuck,
I
dude.
know.
I used to love those restaurants.
So good. They had those
Never been.
cheese vats in there when you cover your fries in them. They were so
Dude,
good.
I ate that before a soccer game, and I just like felt like throwing up.
I
It was so
can
good.
imagine
Worth
you
it,
would.
like It's cheeseburgers, man.
Just feeling that, like, jostling while you're just like, running.
That's a post-game meal.
Yeah,
There's no Fuddruckers.
definitely not
Did you
something
win?
to eat before. I think we lost like 8-0.
Damn, it's because
That's
that.
It's
Yeah,
'cause
I mean-
Fuddruckers. I blame the coach.
It's the steak fries.
Yeah, dude. I think we got to get burgers after this.
Hungry now. I am
Yeah,
hungry.
me too, man.
Yes. Same.
Tell you what, we're hungry, so we're gonna wrap up the episode. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Slappable. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any thoughts on these stories, please leave them in comments below, and be sure to subscribe. It helps us grow more than you know. And I think we're gonna end it right there. Cheat, have anything to do to me?
On camera or off camera? What was it?
The cue.
Oh, yeah.